The Cookie Parade, el desfile de galletas. Estemos seguros en un terremoto. Let's be safe in an earthquake. A heartfelt story about a 7.8 earthquake on the coast of Ecuador in April 2016. Listen, can you hear the children laugh and giggle as they splash in the foamy white waves? Wiggle your toes. Can you feel the warmth of the sun on the sand? Oh, look over there. Do you see the skittering little sand crab? Watch out. If you catch it, it might pinch your finger. I just love the sea, don't you? I love the way the blue sky is reflected on the water and the way the waves gently come to rest upon the shore. Open your eyes wide and you can see their papas drag their little blue fishing boats out to sea. When they get there, they will drop their nets and hope for a good catch that will bring happy smiles to their little ones' faces. It's a good day for fishing, and before long the fishermen start pulling up their nets. As they pull and pull on the ropes, their muscles get very tired because the net is so heavy with fish. Seagulls overhead make a lot of squawking noise as they wait impatiently to swoop down and snatch away one of the wiggly fish. Swoosh! Gotcha! Along the northern coastline of Ecuador, it is a beautiful day. There are miles and miles of sandy beaches, dotted occasionally by small fishing villages and little huts that sell snacks and trinkets. In the small villages, many mamas are preparing the evening meal. Tasty tortillas and lentils, fried bananas, rice, and of course, Papa's catch of the day. Put your hand over your heart and you can feel the same beat the children did as they thanked God for blessing them with such a beautiful day and for their full coming. The golden sunset sent out little rays of light that danced and sparkled on the water, making the kids want to twirl and dance along the water's edge. Such beauty, such peace. Suddenly, the peace was replaced by a terrible shaking of the earth. Shaking, shaking, more shaking. The people started to stumble and fall, feeling dizzy from all the shaking. Would it ever stop? Finally, it did stop. And when some of the people weren't so dizzy anymore, their eyes opened wide and they held their breath. They were terrified when they saw that so many houses had tumbled and crumbled to the ground. They put their hands to their mouths and cried, a long and very sad cry. Then they started running. They ran as fast as they could because, oh no, Mama was in the house and it has fallen. The terrible earthquake caused many people harm. Some were cut and had broken bones, and some had closed their eyes for the last time. Now silent, their spirits left them. There was darkness and sadness everywhere. There was no safe place to sleep. There was no food and no clean water to drink. Right away, without their hearts skipping a beat, the people began to look for their loved ones. Mamas, papas, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties, friends, and of course, their little pets. Even dogs helped because God had given them very special noses and ears to hear even the faintest cry. They sniffed and sniffed around the fallen debris, and many times they were happy to find someone to rescue. Terrible, terrible, terrible earthquake! In the morning after the terrible earthquake, a mama stood crying because her little girl had been covered in rubble and she did not know where to find her. Then the mama saw a butterfly dancing upon the fluttering pages of an open book, and she knew her little girl was right there under the rubble where the book lay. The rescue men ran to her and started digging away the rubble. Yes, right there they found the little girl. The president of Ecuador mobilized the armed forces and response organizations of Ecuador immediately to begin rescue efforts. Celebrate! Celebrate! A baby has been found alive under the rubble. A tiny idea came to the mind of a gringa whose name is Aunt Katy. While she was baking cookies one day, she thought, I sure would like to make some cookies for the people who have suffered so much. It's not a big thing, but it would be a little sweet something. What am I thinking? She thought sadly. I can't possibly make enough cookies. Then she brightened and thought, I can double the number of cookies I make if I call a friend, or 2, or 3, or 20. Soon the baking started. Some people made oatmeal cookies. Some made snickerdoodles. Some made peanut butter. And some made chocolate chips. What fun! What fun! Everyone was having a happy time knowing they were going to put a smile on the faces of those who were so deeply hurt. As soon as it was possible, people started coming from all around the world to help, and they brought cookies. Cookies! Yes, cookies! Friends came from the coast to the city of Cuenca. They filled their car with almost 2,500 cookies that the baking ladies made. After that, they drove the cookies down from the mountains to the coast to be given away with a smile, because a cookie, you see, is a way to say, I love you. I'm praying for you. I'm sorry you got hurt. God loves you. Cookies are a message of love from one heart to another heart. The end. We hope you enjoyed our Cookie Parade story. Many children have, and our cookies too. Art provides an outlet for us to express traumatic experiences and put us on the path towards healing. The goal is not to overcome the experience, but it is rather to process and reflect what we've been through and how that can become part of who we are today. The following artwork is by children who experienced the terrible earthquake on April 16, 2016. The collages were artistically composed by our graphic artist, Gabriela Vasquez. I just love her concept of the little invisible people. You can see by the drawings that the children certainly did have a very terrifying experience. And yet, as you look more closely, you can see their drawings are filled with hope. Children are so resilient. Now let's see what you can do to be more safe in any disaster event. These safety guidelines will help you be prepared. Look here. Above all, you'll need plenty of water, and you want to have some food on hand. Some dried beans, maybe some canned tuna or snack bars, and be sure to have some pet food. You'll also want to remember to have some toiletries, like a hairbrush, a toothbrush, of course the towel, and how about some sunscreen? You would be wise to collect some of these emergency supplies, like candles, matches, flashlights, batteries, whistle, solar light, a first aid kit, a change of clothes, a cap, a pick, a handsaw, a blanket, and don't forget, you might need a radio. You can use a 50-gallon drum to store your supplies, and should you need them, you can empty it out and then use that drum to make a water filter. A wise person is going to take the time to secure their house. You can easily bolt, strap, and secure heavy objects. Latches keep them safe. Keep glass from shattering with adhesive window film. Now here's a little song that will remind you of what to do during an earthquake.
Drop, cover, hold on is the thing to do. Drop, cover, hold on could save a life or two. Drop, cover, hold on, I remember it well. Because, when things hit a shaking, a quivering and quaking. I'll stand up tall, up against a wall, or make a dash under a table fast, or cover up my head underneath my bed. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Abajo, cúbrete, sujétate, es lo que hay que hacer. Abajo, cúbrete, sujétate, podría tu vida salvar. Abajo, cúbrete, sujétate, lo voy a recordar bien. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Cuando las cosas están temblando, terriblemente están temblando, párate contra una pared y cubre tu cabeza, y cubre tu cabeza. Oh sí, oh sí, oh sí.
When things get a shaking, a quivering and quaking, I'll stand up tall, up against a wall, or make a dash under a table fast, or cover up my head underneath my bed. Yeah, 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 yeah. Cover, cover, cover.
Sujétate,
Hold on,
sujétate,
hold on.